Searching for a mortgage might be powerful for those who have no idea what you might be in search of. And since you may be repaying this mortgage for a substantial part of your life, it helps to do a thorough analysis and make sure that you perceive all of the phrases and situations earlier than you signal the dotted line. In this article, we define the 10 essential questions it's best to ask your potential mortgage lender earlier than selecting a plan. Let's delve proper in. 1. Which mortgage is superb for me? This needs to be the primary query to ask any lender, and relying on the solutions you get, you'll know whether or not to proceed with a selected lender or not. A superb lender ought to be capable of let you know intimately which mortgage product can be very best given your monetary place. The lender also needs to inform you concerning the execs and cons of every mortgage program and enable you to resolve on the most effective plan that's each reasonably priced and handy for you. Be looking out for salespeople who need to promote a mortgage without contemplating your monetary obligations and skill to repay it. A superb lender ought to do ample analysis and be able to reply to this query conclusively. For details about apartment mortgages, learn this submit. 2. What is the curiosity fee? Apart from figuring out your very best mortgage, you additionally want to pay attention to the fee implications that may include the mortgage in the query. One in all these prices is the rate of interest. Since that is the speed your month-to-month funds will likely be primarily based on, you want to know the entire amount of cash the curiosity will translate to. 3. What is the annual proportion fee (APR)? In any other case referred to as the APR, it is a charge that's normally embedded in a mortgage. Which means that it'll additionally affect the entire mortgage quantity you pay. Make sure to ask whether or not the mortgage possibility at your disposal may have an APR and the way this price will affect your repayments. Usually, the decrease the speed, the lesser you have to pay when it comes to mortgage charges. Some lenders supply low-cost factors, and you want to know whether or not these are included in your April. 4. What down fee will be wanted? A 20% down fee is right, however, Yao will discover a lender with as little as 3% down fee, and in some cases, you possibly can even qualify for a mortgage with no down fee. For each down fee, there are issues to be made, and you want to be effectively knowledgeable to make the most effective choice. Zero down fee possibility might appear to be deal, however, it's normally extra pricey when in comparison with others. 5. Do I qualify for down fee help? There are a lot of down fee help packages obtainable each on the native and nationwide degree. Your lender ought to know sufficient about these packages, and enable you to get into one efficiently must you have an interest. 6. How a lot will my month-to-month repayments be? You'll additionally must understand how a lot you may be paying each month. Your month-to-month funds need to be comfy to pay. At this level, additionally, discover out if there are penalties for paying off the mortgage early. The reply to this needs to be no. 7. Is there a mortgage insurance coverage and how a lot is it? When you get a mortgage without placing in a down fee of 20% or extra, it's extremely seemingly that you will want to pay mortgage insurance coverage. Even when this system says that the lender pays for the insurance coverage, the fee will in some way trickle right down to you. When you have another choice, go for a mortgage without mortgage insurance coverage, as this may add as much as fairly a quantity. 8. Does the mortgage have an origination price? This charge offers further revenue to the lender, and most loans include this further charge. In case your mortgage, as an example, comes with an origination charge, make sure that to verify how a lot it's and if there's a mortgage program with a minimal origination charge. 9. What are the prices concerned? A mortgage additionally comes with further prices from third events. A few of these prices embody appraisal prices, property taxes, title search charges, to say however a couple of. Get ample info on all these prices and go together with essentially the most favorable possibility. 10. Will I be up to date on the mortgage course of? This may assist an excellent deal when planning your funds. Your lender needs to be able to offer timelines on how quickly it's best to anticipate to listen to about your mortgage utility. This manner, you might be conscious of how a lot of time it's important to get your funds so as and get all the required paperwork. Closing ideas. When you don't just like the solutions you get, you might be free to proceed to purchase for a mortgage lender who will meet your expectations and make you are feeling comfy about taking a mortgage with them. Extra actual property recommendation from high professionals. Not solely is it necessary for consumers to know the mortgage course of, it's necessary to know the buying course of too. Is the house you fell in love with be available on the market for some time? This can be a trigger for concern, and also you'll need to discover out why the house hasn't bought. Did it not cross inspection or appraise? If that's the case, it may very well be a pink flag for a possible downside for those who resolve to maneuver ahead and submit a proposal. Some residence consumers resolve to play actual property agent and search for houses on their very own. Nevertheless, there are some issues actual property brokers have that consumers don't. For starters, data of the actual property market and the present situation. Secondly, entry to present and previous gross sales. These are simply two of the explanation why consumers ought to rent an actual property agent. It's not unusual for residence consumers to make errors when buying a house. Nevertheless, if they've an excellent crew of their nook, they'll be capable of keep away from the commonest errors consumers make. That is why it's so necessary to work with a prime realtor and lender who will be capable of information them through the method.